This is recording.
Excellent.
Yeah, we should be all right. And as I say, don't worry, just count 2 to yourself and to leave the pause. It means it's easy to cut.
So are you going to introduce us?
Yeah.
First? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, I am. Hello, everyone, and welcome. Today I have with me Claire MacIntyre, who is the Deputy Synod Clerk of the Northwestern Synod, and Martha Hunt, who is Programme Lead for Place for Hope. Place for Hope helps faith-based communities to navigate issues around conflict. And we're here today to talk about a partnership between Place for Hope and the Northwestern Synod that potentially has huge benefits for our churches. Claire, you've been leading on this, on the rollout. Tell us about what's on offer.
Yeah, so we're really excited that the Synod of Scotland and the Northwestern Synod have been chosen as the first part of a rollout between the URC and A Place for Hope, which means that the Northwestern Synod can benefit from the services from Place for Hope, so mediation services, facilitated conversations, and help with conflict resolution. The service is free of charge and it's open to all of our churches, church leaders, ministers, steering group conveners, if they would like A Place for Hope to come in and help them with any kind of conflict that they're currently having issues with.
Thanks, Claire. So Martha, conflict and churches, they're probably 2 words that churches hate being anywhere near the same sentence. I don't think as churches that we're very good at conflict, and I think we're very disinclined even to engage in conflict management or transformation. Why do you think that is?
I think there's a few reasons. Firstly, I think there can be an expectation that because we are Christians, that we should automatically know how to be in community together. And so it can feel easier sometimes to just dig deep and be like, no, we love each other, we're here for each other, and then not actually deal with what's going on. I also think historically, as a society, we haven't been good at having hard conversations. And so part of what we do at Place for Hope is equip people to have those difficult conversations well, so that if conflict does emerge, we're able to deal with it well and see it as a part of a normal part of life, a normal part of what it is to be in community, and something that can lead to positive outcome, rather than just to be something that is feared.
I think we're also very, very scared that if there's conflict around, people are going to disagree and walk away from church. And that's something that we need to be prepared to face, I think. And I think also conflict can also be a sign of life. You know, there are things that are worth disagreeing about. And as you say, the process of disagreeing together and learning how to do that positively is transformational.
Yes. Yeah. And can lead to deeper relationships.
Yes.
And I think that's a really key thing, is that actually engaging in these difficult conversations can build relationship rather than destroy relationship.
Yeah.
And that doesn't mean that it's not a difficult process. But I do think there is something about sort of the outworking that can be really positive.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I can see why you're excited about this, Claire.
Yeah, definitely.
And for what it could do for the churches.
Yeah, I think it could be a real help. And I think it's not just about churches in crisis. It can be like small conflicts or even just hard conversations that a Place for Hope could come in and help with before things escalate and become a harder thing to deal with. I think that's really an important point to note as well about a Place for Hope, that it's different types of services.
And the earlier that we can come in,
yes,
the much more likely there will be a positive outcome. And so even if your church is facing difficult decisions, or you know that something in the future is going to happen, like you know that you're going to have conversations about kind of how ministerial, right? If you're going to have conversations about the way your ministers are working, or if congregations are going to need to join together, we can help facilitate those conversations as well, so you don't have to be on your own while you're having those difficult conversations.
Right. And Claire was saying that there's mediation, there's mediated, facilitated conversations and conflict training. What are the differences between those?
Yeah, so that's a really good question. So mediation is used when there is a conflict between either two people or groups of people.
Right.
Sometimes it's more groups than that. But what mediation does is it creates a space for people who are in conflict or disagreeing about something to have conversations and learn to listen to each other and to hopefully find a way through the conflict. Facilitated conversation is very similar. It's about creating space for conversation. But facilitated conversation is more around an issue or a topic that could cause conflict rather than conflict itself, if that makes sense. So, we've done a lot of work with churches who are exploring kind of issues around homosexuality or other kind of theological conversations where, people understandably have very strong views, but they want to find a way forward together. Facilitated conversations can help create the space in which those conversations happen. And then we also do conflict coaching. So a key part of mediation is that both parties need to be invested in the process. They both have to want to do it. But if there is a party that doesn't want to engage in the mediation process, we can still offer support through one-on-one coaching. Or if there is a difficult conversation that church leadership is facing, we can go in and offer that sort of tailored support that is more in a one-on-one kind of, here's how we can work through this with you.
Right. So, Claire, if one of our churches in the Synod wants the help that Place for Hope can offer, do they get hold of you? Do they get hold of Martha? How does it work?
Yeah, so basically, if you do feel like a Place for Hope could help with something that's going on in the church, then you can give me a call or you can email me. And then what I will do is I will point you in the direction of a referral form, which will go to a Place for Hope. And then they will arrange to have a conversation about what is happening. And then do you want to take that bit from there? And then it goes through to Martha.
Yeah, so either myself or my colleague Natalie will give you a ring to just get more of an idea of what is going on, the issues that you're facing, kind of how big the conflict may or may not be. And then we will assign practitioners to come and to work with you. And so that will then mean that you will then meet with the practitioners themselves, and there's a process that is then followed where hopefully you'll hopefully you will then be able to be brought together to have a conversation, and then it kind of goes from there.
And then because it is a process, obviously there might be things that the church think are confidential, and I just want to stress that the actual whatever's happening within the church doesn't need to be discussed with me. it just goes through me so that I can let the Synod Pastoral Committee know that there is an open case with a Place for Hope. But from that point forward, Place for Hope will deal with everything. They won't feed anything back to the Synod. They will just let us know whether the conflict has been resolved. And also, because there are only so many practitioners, we can only have 3 open cases at any one time, but there will be a waiting list. And as I've said, the Synod Pastoral Committee will have a list of the open cases, and we'll make sure that once somebody's asked for mediation, that goes through to a Place for Hope. Also, if you don't feel like contacting me, even though, like I said, it's all confidential, you can send an email directly to Martha. In the Synod newsletter, I think there was a poster the other week that gave everybody's contact details out. If you do contact Martha, she will just let me know anyway that there is a case. But like I said, the rest of it will be confidential, won't it, Martha?
Yeah, absolutely.
So we want to reassure churches that the Synod's here to offer this as a resource, not to be involved in the actual mediation.
No. Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
That's really important, I think. Thanks.
Yeah.
And Martha, now imagine Claire and I are in conflict, and Claire says, "I'd like mediation," and I'm saying, "Not on your life." You know, what happens then?
So, what we could do then is, if Claire was willing, was we could work with her in more of a coaching capacity. So if, like I said, if there is one party that doesn't want to be involved in the mediation process, we can't do mediation. Both parties have to want to work it through and to engage. But if there is one party that's really keen and really wants to, kind of try and engage, or is then left in a position where they are still facing a conflict, we can come in and give them support through coaching. So we could have some one-on-one sessions with Claire to just sort of talk her through how she could maybe engage in the conflict and offer her that sort of kind of support as well.
It's really good that, because even if it's just one-sided, it's still helping the situation. I mean, obviously we would want everybody to be engaged, but we don't want anyone to feel like they're alone in their conflict. They can still contact a Place for Hope and ask for help.
That's really helpful. And I mean, we need to be clear-eyed and realistic. Many of our churches are communities that have been together for a long, long time. And one of the features of human communities that have been together for a long time is that there are things that have never been dealt with, that have become deeply entrenched, and nobody talks about them. But they can be very destructive.
Yes, absolutely. We have a word for those. We call them hotspots.
Hotspots.
And they're kind of the things that nobody talks about until someone gets too close, and then all of a sudden emotions start rising, and no one necessarily quite knows why. And even those things where there has been something historical that has happened, we can support conversations around those to help promote healing and reconciliation and restoration of communities as well. Because I think sometimes there can be a myth that if we don't deal with it, then it will go away. And actually what can happen is that it just kind of festers underground, and then something will happen, and there will be this huge response to it, because what is going on is it's all of this stuff that hasn't been dealt with that's also coming up at the same time. And so even if there's not kind of a live active conflict, but there has been something that hasn't really been dealt with, we can help support with that as well.
That's great to know. And how long does this all take?
It's a very good question. This is going to be such a non-answer, but it really, really depends on how long the conflict has been going on for, how many people are involved, because mediation involves getting everybody in the same room at the same time. And so everyone is busy and their schedules and stuff. It also really depends on kind of how the process unfolds as well. Sometimes, as we've kind of just alluded to, you can think it's about one thing, and then as you're talking to people and as people's stories are emerging, you realise that there's actually been things going on for a while.
Yes.
And the longer things have been going on, the longer it takes to resolve, because there's normally more emotion and more kind of thought that is then involved. And so, yeah, it really, really depends.
It just depends on the situation and
Yeah.
those involved.
But that goes back, doesn't it, to what you were saying, that the most important thing is to start the process early as possible.
Absolutely.
In the process.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, there you are, folks. That's the partnership. Claire, particular thanks to you on behalf of the Synod for all that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
And Martha, bless you in your work, and we look forward to getting to know you better as your organisation makes the kinds of differences that we're talking about potentially in the lives of our churches. Thank you both very much.
Thank you.
No, you're welcome. Yeah, thank you, Martha. Yeah, we look forward to working with you.
Yeah, it's a real joy to be a part of this and to be able to work with.
Yeah, it's really exciting, I think. It's really good.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah,
thank you. Okay.
We didn't mention anything about safeguarding or...
I wonder whether that's something...
I mean, it doesn't matter. Just if you think it's okay.
Part of me wonders whether for this real kind of introduction, whether it's necessary, because it's
too much process.
It's in the document that has been sent out.
Yeah,
so
that's absolutely fine.
If people want more information, then
I mean, I'd rather be finished. I just wanted to check.
I know I'm never going to watch this.
No, I'm not. I've not even told them that I'm in it downstairs. I've not said it. I'm not saying anything. I'm hoping no one at the staff will click on the link.
I think
hoping everyone else will.
10 minutes.
Oh, perfect.
It was really good, that, Lauren.
Do you want me to pause this for you?
I was really pleased with that.
Should we pause
didn't it?
Yeah.
Should we pause your phone?
Yeah.
Yeah.